You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I have got your weekly prediction edition. We're going to talk about Christina plotting Ava payback, possibly with violence, and Drew and Jason's Christmas chaos. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. I've got predictions for Cyrus and Lulu, for TJ and Christina, for Nina and Drew, for Sonny, Christina, and Ava, and also for Drew and Jason. And hey, if you're not following us, please click that subscribe button. Let's start with our first prediction. Is Cyrus going to grab Lulu and run off? So we know Cyrus has some kind of seriously twisted fixation on his niece Lulu. You know, he nearly killed her in that floating rib bombing 4 years ago. And then, he wound up going to prison. And then Cyrus had that religious epiphany. And then he technically died. And when he came back, he was just, I'm a changed man. After 4 years of Lulu being in a coma, there was the news that she was dying. And I feel pretty confident that Cyrus is the one that tried to kill her by messing with her ventilator as some kind of sick act of mercy. Like literally there's nobody else in Port Charles that might have tried to kill Lulu. And she lived. And then she had this surgery and she woke up. Maybe Cyrus considers this a miracle. And we know he's got that crazy religious streak. He was already planning to take her to South Carolina away from her family. Maybe he's not done with that plot. So spoilers for Monday, December 9th, have Cyrus telling Dex, no, I wasn't at GH seeing Lulu on Halloween. That's a lie, because that's the day that Lulu and Sam were having surgery, and he was absolutely at the hospital because he had stopped by Laura's room to pray over Lulu before she went into surgery. And when Sam came out, I think that's when he dosed her with that digitalis that killed her. I suspect that Cyrus, by killing Sam, was trying in some crazy sick way to smooth the way for Lulu to get her whole life back if she did indeed wake up. But, we'll see. But with Sam's autopsy, things take a turn, and Cyrus may be a suspect soon. And if he feels the walls are closing in, I just wonder if he might kidnap Lulu and run off with her, since Dante is not renewing his relationship with her anyway. His brother Marty is back on Monday, by the way, and he and Laura discuss how creepy Cyrus has been. I think it'd be pretty interesting if Martin was the one to facilitate that protective order against Cyrus. Our second prediction, will TJ and Christina hook up? Not as a couple, but maybe as a mistake. So right now, TJ's very upset that he and Molly broke up, and he's very angry that her dad, Rick, convinced her in this trial that their baby's death was an unfortunate accident. TJ remains quite certain that Ava is to blame. Christina feels the same way. And even though TJ's not a fan of hers, they're feeling the same way about several things lately. So Monday and Friday, December 9th and 13th, Christina is plotting revenge. TJ's very upset. He's living alone in that stripped down apartment. Apparently every piece of decor belonged to Christina because she left nothing but bare walls and furniture. I just wonder if we might get a similar scene, since GH likes to repeat plots, to when Sasha and Michael, were both upset, got drunk and slept together, but it's Christina and TJ this time. Christina's fluid. She dates men and women both. And if TJ runs into Christina out at a bar while both of them are angry at Molly and they're drinking, that would be the ultimate betrayal. Even though TJ is on a break from Molly right now, especially after the nasty thing that Christina said to her after court, that would be super dramatic, especially if Christina somehow got pregnant. All right, our third prediction, Nina finally figures out Drew hooked up with Willow. So Drew thinks he got away with sleeping with Willow. He thinks only the two of them know, and that Jason beat him up over them kissing that one time. But Michael knows, Sasha knows, Jason knows, and will Nina finally figure it out this week? Tuesday, December 10th, spoilers say Nina warns someone. Maybe it's Drew. That same day, Curtis tests Drew, and Nina might find out that her pal Curtis is getting the shaft because Drew is giving Mikey that CEO position basically as a consolation prize. Drew knows it would be for him banging Willow, but Michael thinks it's just for the kiss. Wednesday, December 11th, Drew needs Nina's help, and maybe it's about this messy matter. And then tempers flare at the Quartermaine Christmas party on on Thursday the 12th, and by Friday the 13th, Drew is in the hot seat. So does Nina figure out, just from context, that Drew did something much worse with Willow than just a kiss? Or will the tension between Michael and Willow drive her to confess to her mom, Nina, what really happened? So when Drew is grilled on Friday, maybe it's by Nina. Our fourth prediction, Sonny and Kristina plot to harm Ava. Sonny absolutely believes Kristina when she said Ava shoved her out the window because, Sonny has seen Ava do terrible things. I mean, she shot his fiance, she tampered with his son's drugs, and he feels like she had a distinct hand in the way Morgan died, and she did. I feel that way. Sonny doesn't know that Ava tampered with his meds because Jason's sitting on that for some reason. And, Kristina keeps repeating the misinformation about getting shoved. I think she's trying to convince herself that she has no part in the baby's death, And Sonny, of course, believes Kristina completely, and he already promised her if the court didn't deliver justice, he would. So spoilers for Monday the 9th say Sonny has a proposition for Kristina, and she asks if he has any idea, and he says he might. No doubt that's about Ava. The proposition for Kristina might be coming to work with him, and then that carries over into a revenge conversation. By Thursday, December 12th, Kristina comes up with an idea, and Rick and Ava deal with an unwelcome surprise. So I just wonder if Sonny and Kristina are plotting to kill Ava or do something otherwise awful to her because they both think she evaded justice for the baby's death as well as her other crimes. I do think they would want to do her bodily harm or get rid of her permanently to get her out of Avery's life. He's already thought about killing her, and that may come up again. Our fifth and final prediction, Drew pushes Jason too far at Christmas. Jason despises Drew. He already didn't like him, but definitely despises him for sleeping with Michael's wife, Willow. But Drew doesn't know that he knows. And then when Jason agreed to move into the Quartermaines to be there for Danny, while Danny got to be around Scout and Rocco, we saw Drew threaten to take Scout and leave town. It was only Carly's interference and name-dropping Sam that calmed Drew down about that. So when the Quartermaines get together for Christmas, I expect both Drew and Jason to be there and there to be some trouble. Spoilers for Wednesday, December 11th, have Drew needing Nina's help. Maybe he's going to ask her to be there at the holiday party as sort of a buffer. Thursday, the 12th, is when the Quartermaine party gets out of hand and tempers flare. It seems most likely it would be Drew and Jason, but it's the Quartermaines and they throw down with each other. So we'll see. By Friday, Drew is grilled though, and that's why I feel like the confrontation between them. Since Jason knows that Drew slept with Willow, he will be watching any interactions between Drew and Willow through a different lens than anybody else. It'll just be him and Michael looking at things a certain way. Of course, Nina will be watching closely if she is there. I just wonder if Jason is pushed too far when Drew oversteps in some way where Willow is concerned because of what he knows. And maybe, he takes another swing at Drew if he feels like Drew is taking another swing at Michael's marriage.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.